Yeah. If I die tomorrow, I hope you hear these words. I ain't here to flip no birds or sip no serve. Hope the future generations can get this urge. Stay woke, youngin', and avenge these nerds.
Yo,
What is up?
It's
What is up?
WrestleMania week.
Oh yeah, it's in Philly this year, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
in
it
Philly this year too. It's a whole. They're taking over Philly. I think it's gonna be like 4 nights.
WrestleMania is 4 nights now.
2 nights for the show, but then they have Raw, then they have SmackDown, plus they have the Hall of Fame. So SmackDown Raw might be in Philly too.
Okay.
Rock is wrestling this year on the main event of night 1.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, it's gonna be Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Yeah, he was whipping.
Are you watching?
Oh, I've been watching a lot of the vignettes.
I'm watching this Saturday, I think.
Yeah. I'm watching both Saturday and Sunday because Sunday is Roman Reigns versus Cody. They have a lot of good matches this year. It's a lot of great stuff. But yeah, and
Alright.
Rock has been going.
I
in
thought it
as
was
heel.
I thought it's Saturday, Sunday with the shows. Is this
Yeah, it's gonna be
Friday, Saturday?
So Friday SmackDown, but they may do also the Hall of Fame, or do it early on Saturday. Saturday is the first show of WrestleMania, and then the second show, the main event for night 1, is the tag team match, and then the main event for night 2 is Rhodey versus Roman. Rhodey versus Roman. Cody versus Roman. Yo, Rock be whipping him with that muscle belt. Have you seen the videos that they've been putting out?
No.
I saw a couple of them. Yeah, he put the work on him.
He was like, "You got me a bad report card. Get over here."
No, the one thing that we saw, I didn't know if I think I got canceled now because he's in the fucking hospital. Was the Mike Tyson and Logan Paul fight?
Wait, who's in the hospital?
I think Logan's in the hospital, so the fight got canceled.
Oh,
yeah.
it's not Logan. It's his brother.
I don't give a shit. One of the Paul brothers. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, because Logan's fucking WWE.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
full time now with WWE.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
I'm still not great with. Like, I know a lot of wrestlers, like, he's good, but he also didn't earn. Like, he just came up as a guy and was like, "Oh, you're really talented. We'll keep you." And it's like,
Oh, Jake Paul.
no, he put in the work. He has put in the work.
not according to most people. I've seen some interviews where it's like, yes, he's talented. Yes, he's putting in the work, but like, you're looking at a guy who got to like come in and work with Shawn Michaels for days. You know what I mean? Like, off the rip, you're working with Shawn versus guys had to come up, do their thing, go through the indies and the circuits and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, they almost feel like he didn't pay his dues.
It's very different because that's the same thing people felt about The Miz, because The Miz came from he didn't go out through the indies.
No, but he went through the TV.
He went through Tough Enough. Yeah,
so
that's different. Miz paid his dues.
That's
Logan Paul is actually, again, another product of the fact that WWE's Performance Center. The fact you get into the Performance Center, that's when you he will go. That when you get into the Performance Center, you're gonna get trained, and they did that with they've trained Jade Cargill because they pushed back her debut. She's debuted on SmackDown this past week. And it's like a lot of guys are going through the and if you're in the indies, that's one of the things you want to do, unless you're like an indie superstar. Like AJ Styles was able to skip the Performance Center because he established himself. So it's like there's different levels, and obviously they were going to train him. They weren't just going to throw him into the ring with the wolves. And Shawn Michaels, I think he's in charge of that development system now, because he runs the NXT program show. So it's like, and where they're giving him credit, it's unlike other people who've come in at that level, like a celebrity, like a runoff. Like, he's actually performing moves and everything that it's like a seasoned wrestler would take time to, and he's trying to learn the craft. He says he was giving up boxing full time to do wrestling full time now. Like, he's really starting to commit to it. But also, too, this guy's getting some endorsement deals because they're taking his energy.
They also gave him a title. Like, he's the US, like, he is the US title holder now. Like, that's
They
like
gave him
for me,
they
I'm
gave
just
him
like that's a lot off rip.
the USA title is like a second string title. I mean, the big titles is the WWE title, the WWE
Oh no,
Universe title, and
no. I'm not negating that it's like a second string title. It's the fact that he got gold. Like you got a belt off of like
it wasn't off the jump.
you're still a rookie.
No, it wasn't
less
off
than a
the
year.
jump.
He's less than like a year, maybe 2.
But they did the same with Lesnar, who went through the development system. Lesnar didn't go through the Indies.
But Lesnar has the same like come up almost like a Kurt Angle. Like he was a phenom, complete monster,
That's because he came from that amateur
professional,
wrestling.
right? He was actual
I
dude.
think the idea is that if Logan did not have the social media presence that he had, would he have gotten this
part.
opportunity?
If he didn't have the social,
Say what we
and
will
the
about Jake
boxing
Paul.
background,
Jake
yeah.
is actually Jake fights people.
He does.
He does.
but
He does.
He fights
There-
people, but it's one of those like I was looking into it the other day.
It's for the money and it's all this other stuff, but he's
It's
still fighting
for the
people.
money. It's very like I'll choose this person. Like, why are you going after Mike Tyson? He is like in his whatever the
I
case is.
was willing to watch that fight.
I think
But
all of
that's
us.
all-
So that's
would
all.
like that
Like,
fight.
yeah,
Well,
you're
that's
fighting
also
Mike
the
Tyson.
thing-
You're gonna get.
That's
your
also
shit
the thing I
out.
read about Jake Paul though, is that Jake Paul can't from what I've read. Jake Paul can't sell a fight. It's who Jake Paul fights is what
Right.
sells the fight.
Right.
And that's how you're able to get his pay-per-view, because you want to watch him fight the other person.
Right.
And everyone was going to tune in to watch Mike Tyson because they ain't nothing scarier than watching fucking Mike Tyson train and hit a bag.
Yo, nah. You know what's scarier than that? The interview where he was like, "I'm scared of becoming the person that I used to be, but I also miss the person that I was." I was like, "Yo, what? That is the scariest interview ever."
But that tells you it's like
Yes.
he's able. Yeah,
Yo,
he's a problem.
you hear him hitting the guy with the suit, with the back suit, and it's just like, yo, Mike is
Was it-
50-something years old. Just
wasn't something that they were fucking measuring the decimals or something about his punching power, and they say he's only lost 10% of his punching power, and it's still hard. He is still hitting hard.
10% is crazy considering like most of his wins are knockouts. Like
But-
there's a whole generation of like of Jake Paul's fans who's just like, "Oh, Mike Tyson's some old guy." We're all here like, this man has bit off people's ears. He's gone to jail, come back. He's fucking taken out the dude who took out Muhammad Ali. Fucking like he's called Iron Mike Tyson for a reason. This man is a problem. He's like, when people are like, "Oh, he's the baddest man on the planet," he was legit.
And that was the whole
baddest
thing. It was
man on the
funny.
planet. Like,
Because he was soft spoken sometimes, but then when he spoke about what he's gonna do, like it's you saw the switch flip when he is in that ring, that bell rings. That's it. It's like it's Iron Mike.
he
Big
is
dog coming out.
He is for boxing. I feel like I'll put like that level of like, I'm going to say what I'm gonna do, and you're just gonna like have to take that L. Larry Bird used to do that shit back in the day, where he would be like, "I'm gonna go right there to that corner spot in front of your bench, shoot right in front of your face, and call it a day. And there's nothing you can do to stop me." That same energy is what Mike does, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just knock his ass out, blah blah blah," and everyone's just like, "Well, shit, like." What do you do? You literally have to be fast enough to dodge him, or strong enough to take that hit and not get just fucking dropped.
yeah.
That's Iron Mike. I mean, I don't know. I think out of the Pauls though, one who's in wrestling, he had seen some of his matches already. I feel like the dude's paid his dues. He's gotten the bumps he's taken, like from Roman Reigns, from Ricochet, from all those guys. It's like, yeah, it's like they gave him, I think it was Kevin Owens or Rey Mysterio. Actually, it was the Rey Mysterio match that he got the title, but everyone was paying attention to one instance where they gave him a lot of credit for, which is something about ring awareness. Ray almost botched a move that he almost got an injury that could have been career threatening, but Logan was able to catch him in time, and they were like, "That's great ring awareness. which you see it in a few wrestlers who are safe to work with. So it's like again, it's like it shows that he's being a student of the craft, which it's a hard it's as people say, oh, wrestling is predetermined. No, it's a hard sport because you got to give your body and your life to the other person.
Bars. Tyson, Jackson, Jordan, game 6. Was good, Cuzzo. Absolute bars. One of my favorite lines.
WrestleMania is gonna be interesting this weekend because everybody's been excited to be a wrestling fan, and people feel like we're starting to see a new attitude era because of the fact that they notched the Netflix deal. So they feel like there's going to be a lot of stuff that they can go back to and not worry about with the sponsor.
I'm real curious to see what that deal looks like, considering how much they have riding with Peacock right now. Because like they can pretty much go balls to the walls with Peacock.
Well, with Peacock, it's more of like their library. They didn't have their live shows with Netflix. They're getting Raw. This is the first time because USA was the flagship.
Oh, wait.
Monday Night Raw.
So who's getting SmackDown?
It may carry over also too. So Netflix may get some of the live shows because it looks like Netflix is investing into live content now. And I think Netflix was going to be the one to invest into the fight for Tyson. But Peacock, I think they still have their deal with the network. We'll see how long that goes. But that's the majority of why people flocked over to Peacock was they had the WWE Network content, and they just dropped, which it's a little heartbreaking, is the Bray Wyatt documentary.
Oh, did you watch it?
I saw it yesterday. It was really fucking good. Like, I stopped watching wrestling a long time ago, but I had heard nothing but good things about this dude, and like all my friends who are huge wrestling fans and just like could appreciate like the genius of this guy, like they spoke nothing but praise. And then I was watching clips of other wrestlers talking about him, and it wasn't one of those. It didn't feel like one of those things where like people were singing his praises just because he passed. They were actually singing his praises because like he was at such a high point. Like there was nothing but more peaks for him. Like there was like he was just going on like an incredible run essentially, and had so much like more to like. He was our age, like he was literally 36 at the time. Like he's literally a year older than me, which is fucking wild. But like to have a crazy dominant 10-year career, such an evolved career. Like I was watching it going like, oh shit, I am actually sad that like I stopped watching wrestling during this time because I would have loved to actually see that live, like his run, because it was actually brilliant to watch. Like it gave me,
it was fantastic.
It gave me all of the nostalgia of watching it when I was a kid, seeing the character creation, seeing like his dedication, seeing how people talked about him, like seeing that spark of creativity where like other like wrestlers who were giving him his dues, like were like giving him his props. You have the Undertaker, who like Undertaker did the narration for the whole thing, which was huge. And you know that there's a part of like his career where he basically said, "You're the next guy. Like you're gonna be the like the next Undertaker, the next like scary big guy of like this world. Like this is yours now."
He got everything. Like he got praise from The Rock. He got praise from Cena. I remember seeing a lot of the stuff.
Cena loved him.
I remember seeing a lot of the stuff that Bray Wyatt did, especially when he returned. His last match was against LA Knight. And what was crazy, that last run, it's a sad run because his brother, this was the first time that his brother was coming in to work with him because they never got to really work together. They were always on different programs.
They came up together, but they didn't work the big like main roster together. Yeah. Because by the time like Bray came up, and then his brother came up, they came up separate. Where like they gave his brother the name Bo Dallas. They gave him Bray, and then they were already doing his own thing with another tag.
Plus, Bo Dallas, Bo was doing a lot of stuff as singles. Like he was doing great as a singles competitor in NXT. Then he was part of the B team, having a successful tag team run with Kurt Henningson. So it's like Bo was awesome. So it's interesting because they're also using this as a re-debut for Bo to come out to try to carry on his brother's legacy. which again,
there's talks of it, but I don't know if they've confirmed it yet. I don't know. That's hard. That's hard. That would be very hard because, like, I know from what I watched, like, the doors open for Bo to come back, but I don't know if like it's too soon, you know?
There's speculation because the way how they ended the documentary, there's a silhouette of Bo, and it's kind of like a continuation to finish the story. So I don't know how Bo's going to re-debut, but it's a 50-50 because some wrestlers, when a family member passed away, like Chavo Guerrero, after Eddie, may he rest in peace, had passed, he had one of his best runs with the company at the time because they gave up, they took away that horrible gimmick he had. They made him like something Kerwin. He was like a wannabe golfer. It was just horrible.
When Owen died,
yeah,
Bret had one of his good runs, one of his last good runs.
Bret has a tragic story though, because when Owen died, Bret's story was in WCW, which Goldberg, I mean, that's a whole different story. It was like the concussion that ended his career. Yeah. That's why a lot of people are like, yeah, Goldberg was like, as great as it was to see Goldberg in wrestling. I know I don't know how we got into this whole wrestling topic because it's WrestleMania, but as great as it was seeing it go, it's just that kick that you see. If you see the footage, his foot's not supposed to connect with the head, and you see how hard he hit Bret with that foot, and that was it. But Law, you just got back into the country. How was it?
Yeah, it was a good trip. It was definitely hey, what's going on, Shy?
What's up, Shy?
It was a really good trip. It was dope getting to see the guys again and like seeing my crew from the overseas teams. So last year, I think I posted this in one of the pictures. But last year, me, Jamil, and Herman, who are my other social media managers at the company, we hung out the entire time and did not take a picture together. Then I went to London with Herman for like a weekend, and then like literally the next like I flew out with Jamil to Barcelona. The entire time everyone's seeing us together and going, you guys don't have actual photos together? And we're like, no, I have photos with Jamil. I have photos with Herman, which was hilarious. So this year, we're like, we got to make sure we take the photos together and then we could just, fuck around and bullshit. Yeah, that was cool. We got to see everybody catch up and whatnot. The summit was fun. Got to do all the funness. And then Lisbon, which first solo trip, definitely nerve-wracking at first, and then it was like, oh, this is light, there's nothing. Doing a solo trip, I was telling Seabass earlier, is so strangely unique in that, like, because I'm on my own time frame, I'm just like getting up and going. Also, Lisbon is like crazy night and day affordable compared to New York. So like, bro, when I tell you I was taking it, like, let's say from like my crib to like Lower East Side, right? That's like a $50-$60 cab. In Lisbon, I'm probably paying like $12 for the same distance, the same like peak rush hour time, $20 at most. I think that the most I paid for a cab was like when I went to like a different city. I went the equivalent of like my house to Yonkers and paid like $16-$17 or something like that to go to Sintra, which is gorgeous. But definitely a dope city. Definitely lots of great food and like culture. Everyone's super nice and friendly. I wish the weather was better towards the end because like there's so much to do, but it's a lot of outdoor stuff. So like there's a lot of monasteries and cathedrals and just art galleries and just so many things to do outside that while there's stuff to do inside, I'm not a big museum person. Mm-hmm. I'd rather go and experience something rather than just like look at a wall and going, that's cool, bye, next. You know what I mean? But yeah, like it was super dope. I had a lot of fun. I think the longer I stayed, I think the more I started to get frustrated where I was like, I want to stay here. And the more I stay here, the more I don't want to go back to New York. Fuck. I don't like it.
You make any local friends?
I did. One of the cab drivers who I rode with was super nice. Matter of fact, name Antonio. What's up, Val? So yeah.
Hey y'all.
One of the cab drivers, what's up? He was super dope, super friendly. He's like a
Can y'all hear me?
huge like historian. So like he was driving me around like the short distance back to my hotel, and he was like explaining like how it's the city of like Seven Hills, just like San Francisco, and like we have our version of the Golden Gate Bridge. And he was just dropping all these. I was like, yo, like, do you give tours? He was like, yeah, I usually give them. Blah, blah. I was like, next time I come, because like I wasn't gonna do it on the days that it was just pouring rain out. But I was like, I'm gonna come back and I'm just gonna get a full tour from him just to like get all the stuff that I missed when I was like doing it by myself. Then my two receptionists, they were super awesome. There was more receptionists, but those two were the most helpful. And then like a couple people like here and there, but mostly it was like pick up, go somewhere, walk around. I got to the point where like I had such good like internal navigation. I ended up in similar areas and then ended up like at a similar spot of like, oh, I'm back on Pink Street. I'm just gonna go to this bar then. Oh, I'm here on like this place. I'm gonna go grab a beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But lots of fun, lots of pictures. I don't even think I dropped all the pictures in the group chat, but
like I was telling you, it's like we was talking in the green room. The buildings are beautiful out there because it's like the architecture and everything is night and day. You come over here in the States, it's like boring. Over there, it's like they have that old architecture that it's just like wow, it makes it. There's a different feeling when you're walking through some of these cities.
So when I went to Barcelona, it has a lot of similar vibes to when I went to Barcelona last year. The main things I think are like you do in New York, I would say, get a rich sense of history in certain places, but because so many other places are now just huge tourist traps or they've been like remodeled, we don't really have a lot of like places that are like treasured or like restored to like their natural state, whatever the case is, versus overseas, they see a lot of their stuff and they're like, we're just going to keep it as is and build around it or build like outside of it. So like in like the like next to the port, essentially, a lot of their stuff is built like into existing like architecture and like, hey Simba. But you're built into like already pre-existing architecture, and then like it's really dope to see like how they marry a lot of the newer like culture, tradition, like technologies, whatever the case is, but still keep a lot of stuff very, 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 very like to the like bare bones. You know what I mean? Well, definitely recommend if you guys haven't thought about putting it on your bucket list, I would highly recommend.
Nice.
Definitely a good trip for a solo traveler. Definitely a good trip just to go in general. There's lots of stuff to do for families and whatnot. It's one of those trips that I think like had it not rained the last few days, I might have been able to get away with doing a couple more things and like crossing some stuff off my list. But I still think I would have needed like one or two more trips to really get everything that I wanted to do. Cause like their beaches there are gorgeous. And I was like, it's just nice enough. Like the first 2 days, and then it was like maybe 70s, 60s, and then just downpour like for the next like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, like fuck that.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah. Wow. Uh-oh.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Can't hear you, Val.
Nada.
Nope.
Nada.
Mic went out. That's it. Nope.
Well, that was a nice weekend, Law. Me and Jackie did a surprise painting session where we're painting the kids' rooms.
Ah, nice.
So on Friday night, she's like, "Hey, we're gonna paint the kids' rooms." I'm like, "Okay."
I feel like you're like nice. Sure.
We're doing in sections.
Okay.
We'll hopefully be done by in a couple days, just because of all their stuff and there's no place to put all their shit. So it was like we're doing a wall, then we move all their crap back, then we do another wall. So we should be done soon, but it'll be better. It'll look like kids' rooms. So that was that. And
testing.
Yes, we hear you. And then I recently picked up the PS Portal.
It's a delay.
Is pretty cool.
The delay.
Is it? So I was thinking about it, and then I was like, "There's no world where I see myself actually getting it unless I'm playing full games." Like, think.
Sorry, clicked the wrong button.
What's a PS Portal?
So have you ever done PS Remote Play on your phone, Val?
Not really.
Is it essentially just remote play?
It's essentially a single device for remote play. However, it's a 1080p screen. It's 8 inches across.
Can I play?
It has a dual sense attached to it, but you need a PS5.
You need a PS5, but also like you need to be like within proximity of your PS5.
You don't. If you set up your Wi-Fi, if you set up your router correctly to have open ports, you can technically take your Portal or just the PS Play app on your phone whenever you do streaming. Like just the idea of streaming your device. As long as the correct ports are open and your device is on a wired connection.
So I could be traveling like
when I was in California, I was able to play Baldur's Gate 3 on my phone streaming from my PS5 in New Jersey.
Full, just like
smooth. So as long as the device, as long as
I was so skeptical. I was so skeptical about it originally because I felt like it wanted to be like the true successor to the PSP, but
it's not.
Also...
It's not because it's not offline play. If you want a PSP or something adjacent, you get a Steam Deck.
Okay.
Right? So like, look, this is it. It's
and you drop your phone in there,
no,
or it has its own screen?
No, it's its own screen.
It's its own screen.
Okay.
Right. So before, because I thought it was a gimmick too, but then I was consistently playing. Like there were nights where I'd be in bed and I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 in my bed, but like I'd have the phone on a clip attached to a PS4 controller. I'm like, okay, I'm doing this way too often. So I was on Reddit. I was reading about it. People love the Portal. It's not for everybody. The one thing I noticed that a lot of dads or parents really love it because they're able to play while still in the group. Because like my PS5 is in the basement, but I like to be around my people even if we're not doing anything together. So like I can literally sit on the sofa. Jackie can be reading a book, and the kids can be watching something on the TV, and I can play remotely, and it's smooth. You know, so like,
what's the battery life like?
5 hours.
Not bad.
But I can. It's USB.
Like, do you need a storage like on it or like
no?
What?
It's literally it's a single use device to stream your PS5 console to this device to play it.
What's the price tag?
$200. And if you think about it, a backbone, which is a controller remote that you can connect to your phone, is $100.
No.
But you get a DualSense 5. You get the feedback. It's a first party device. You know, it's I really like it. Like
I've tried PS Remote Play in the past, and it was shit back in the day. I don't know if they've like obviously they've done some work to it, but I was using it for a little while. I think when I first started streaming, and then I was like, this is just ass. And then Xbox dropped Cloud Play, and fucking I do Cloud Play for Xbox all the goddamn time.
Well, Cloud Play is different though. because you can stream your device, you can stream your Xbox to your phone, or you can do cloud.
Mm.
Cloud is two different things, though. Like you can play like first party Microsoft games via the
Mm.
cloud, but you're not connecting to your console.
Oh, true.
So you can do
True.
both.
Well,
For Xbox, you can do
I
both.
am
You can
picking
connect-
up, but can't I like? I know for some games I'm picking up right where I left off from my console games.
No, that's fine because your save is in the cloud and it's based off of your Xbox
Mm.
account. So all that is linked. So you're able to move your save across and play. So you're not losing anything. It's
Mm.
really like if you play a game so that you can play let's say you play Halo. If you play
Mm.
Halo off of the cloud, you're playing from a Microsoft server and you're connecting to that server and you're playing Halo on there. Or you can connect to your console and stream your console to your phone.
Okay.
And so I found PS Remote Play after I did the port forwarding and I figured it all out.
Is getting the porting set up like a pain in the ass?
It depends on your router.
Okay.
Like if you have a good router, like I have a like my router was like $300. So like it's a legit Asus router.
Mm.
And I have the app on my phone, so I'm able to like log into it. I can go directly to the PS5 and port forward from the PS5, and it opens it up. So it really depends. It depends on the router and the interface for your router. I would say you want to get a good router to do that type of stuff. You want to make sure you have strong internet for your home device to your system.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm already fucked on that one because we already know what Verizon,
and
Verizon
then
just hates me at
and then
this
the
point.
Wi-Fi that you're using on your remote device needs to be good as well. So it's like it all needs to play together. But when it works, when I was literally playing my fucking PS5 from California, I was like, this shit is crazy.
Yo, my hotel Wi-Fi in Lisbon was so fucking good. It made no sense. No actual sense how good Wi-Fi.
That's because it's not the US. So there you go.
No,
Yeah.
not even that, because like Wi-Fi everywhere else is not US Wi-Fi. I've learned that very, very like quickly. But I will say, I guess it's just for whatever my hotel is, they were fucking amazing. Also, I had a laundry list of characters who came into my hotel where I had like a couple of like schools or like trips or whatever the case is with a bunch of kids and like teenagers or whatever the case is. Then I'm guaranteed these are like foreign diplomat dignitaries or something like that, because I came downstairs, I'm waiting for my food, and I just see 2 black SUVs pull up, like 3 suits, like guy, girl, and then big motherfucker just like this, just and then 2 people with like stroller bag, whatever the case is, come in and talk, and I'm just like, and then you see people and then walking ahead, looking at elevator. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what this? I feel like my hotel was equal parts like accessible in the city, wherever the case is, but I don't think it was like a 4-star, 5-star hotel. It was literally just like a good hotel in a decent like location and accessible to stuff. But like, apparently my hotel was lit.
Nice.
Wow, how was your travels? You traveled last week too.
Where'd you
I went
go?
to Oklahoma.
Oh,
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
What is in Oklahoma? Like, what do you do in Oklahoma?
Nothing.
Ha.
There's literally nothing in Oklahoma. Hold on. Am I on the mic or my headset?
I think you're on your computer's mic. You're not on your headset.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, it's
It's not even letting me change it.
what browser?
So anyway, I know how to do it. It's just not letting me do it. I don't know if something is going on with my mouse lately that it has been sticking. And goes to, never mind. It doesn't matter. It's fucking annoying. Yeah, there's nothing out there. And I was in a small town, Fort Sill, and I saw JJ graduate from basic training,
Nice. Congrats.
which was nice. I also went to like this old school theater that had. I went to go see Ghostbusters, and they had nice artwork on the side of the building. There was murals pretty much everywhere in the town where they had one of Johnny Depp movies. There was like Edward Scissorhands, Pirates of the Caribbean, his role in Mad Hatter. It was literally random murals like everywhere, which was pretty cool. The theater itself was like it was a stage with a projector and one actual theater, like old school little small town theaters with still the lights and the show bill in the front, which was pretty cool.
From Dallas, there's one thing to do in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, casinos. Yep, that's pretty much it.
How was Ghostbusters?
I enjoyed it. The first one was better.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay.
I saw Dune.
Oh, you did? How?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. How was that?
Dune was good. There's a lot of questions I have. You guys read the book though, right?
I read the book, so you can ask questions.
Yeah.
So I have questions, but you guys haven't. There was stuff that I knew that was going to happen. There was stuff that I was like, the fuck? But I'm gonna need you to watch the movie first so I can confirm some stuff.
Okay.
Does it have?
I plan on watching this weekend.
Homeboy, that yes and no. Like that's a we're gonna put a pin in that.
That's who Anya is, right? That's who they casted her as.
Yeah.
Yeah. They made sense in the book. She's a baby.
Yeah.
She's a baby with all that knowledge, and it's just like this is fucking wild. So they casted Anya.
Yeah. She's who? Anya who?
Princess Peach. Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. So the sister's in this movie?
Yeah, but they aged her up because Denis just. I guess they wrote it. They were like, because in the book she's literally like a 3-year-old. Like she has all this information
knowledge
from the Reverend Mothers, and the Fremen are like, what the fuck is going on?
That's what I felt like half the time.
And so
they fear her at the same time as they revere her. So it's interesting.
I'm reading Messiah now. I paused. I gotta finish.
Messiah is gonna be wild because like I have the movie knowledge for the first 2 movies. I have like cursory knowledge from what like people have told me and like kind of where I think things are gonna go. And then like random TikToks of like people explaining how fucking wild this shit is.
Wild.
Like, bro.
Yeah. It's so out there. Like once it gets to 4.
When they explain how there's Paul and there's hold on. When they explain that the sisters were like, hey, Paul is the Messiah, but just in case, we're gonna hedge our bets on some other fucking guy from another house who also happens to be the said Messiah. And I was just like, ain't that some fucking shit? It was like, yeah, we got both of their asses.
I mean, he was all about saving the planet, so maybe
living life on acid while he was writing.
It gets really like I know some of the things. So it's really like you get to the first 2 books, it's about Paul, and then it goes on about his son, Leto the second, and it's really like his son becomes a fucking worm, and it's weird. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. That's God Emperor Dune 4. So there's Messiah, then there's Children of Dune, God Emperor Dune.
Son becomes a worm?
His son becomes a worm, yeah. Yes.
Like the Great Worm. Like
I don't fucking he becomes a worm. But like it's so out there. Even Denis was like, I can't
gone fishing.
Yeah.
Oh
even Denis was saying like he's gonna try to do Messiah, He's gonna try to do Messiah because that's what he wants to do. He wants to do
Mm.
the third movie is Messiah, and that's it. Because he was like, even Frank kind of just goes out there because it's out there science fiction.
Was his
Um,
son named Jim?
What? Oh Jesus! Shut up, Earthworm Jim.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah.
Glad you got that. It is.
Yeah.
It is a
It
fever
is.
dream.
It
Yeah.
does. It sounds like I just put something together out my
Like,
ass.
I will say, like, Austin Butler did a really good job. Like Florence Pugh did a good job. Although, like, granted, she was in there for like only a few minutes, essentially.
Yeah, so her deal, Princess Aurelian, is this. It's the same thing on like how Chani was in part 1, where she's like a mainstay in part
Mhm.
2. And they did change. Apparently, they changed her role a bit because of what Paul ends up becoming
Mhm.
in the next round of books. Right? They Denis changed Chani to reflect what Frank Herbert made Paul to be, because when the first book came out, everyone celebrated Paul as this hero, and Frank Herbert was like, Paul's not a hero. He's not a
Yeah.
hero. Like
Yeah.
he's committing mass murder, and
Oh,
he's
yeah, yeah.
like there's like a whole to
So essentially, there's in the movie where like I'm watching it and like I'm with my friend and I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, he's going to become like, as soon as I heard him say like oh, I'm not going to the South, I'm not going to the South, and he was like, fuck it, I'm going to the South. And it was just like, I know what I'm gonna do. I was like, oh, he just was like, fuck it, we doing this shit live, I'm gonna become a demon, this is what it is. And then just, and like as like when he did the fight and like he looked at homegirl and was like, I love you till my last breath. I was like, baby girl, that's your man, but he about to go with some other girl. He still loves you, but he got to go rule the empire. I was like,
yeah.
I already knew there were so many things that I was like, this makes sense. I know where this is going. Cool. Then they did shit where I was like,
Yes, it does.
the fuck you mean it, bro?
Yeah. So essentially, how Chani got like a lot of
Yes.
got a lot of screen time in this one. It's the same thing for Princess Aurelian. Princess Aurelian is
Also,
a main character in Messiah.
Frey Rafa's got a kid.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna get the seed of the psychopath and just fucking, or sociopath and just fucking,
Well,
Killing
the whole
story that
idea,
inspired Family Guy.
the whole idea for that was Jessica was supposed to have a girl with Leto. She decided to have a boy, but that girl, yes, the Ben Gesserit, they didn't talk about it. The Bene Gesserit can control their cells and just decide on what they want things to be.
I thought it was just always a girl, and Paul being a boy was like oh shit. Like
She decided she decided that she wanted to give Leto a son because Leto wanted a son and she loved Leto. So she gave Leto a son, but the plan was for her to have a girl from the Atreides and for Fayed to be with that girl from the Atreides, and then that child is what the prophesized child was supposed to be.
So it's not Paul, it's his sister.
No. It ends up being his son. I'm just saying, like, the Bene Gesserit plan though was
okay.
Jessica ruined that plan. Like that's what I'm saying, is that Jessica ruined that plan.
Also,
the golden child.
Also, spoiler alert, because I guess we're getting someone into this.
We will talk about Blue-Eyed Samurai.
Paul is a blank and not just an Atreides.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's okay. That I would say that was probably one of my favorite reveals though, because it was definitely like but how they did it was like, that I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, because Jessica comes from them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like, I want to see how this plays out, like grand scheme, long term. Like, because there's nothing in this series that I've seen so far that is done with like that is done without intention. So like for them to do that and be like, this is gonna be a thing, I want to know what the payoff is.
Mm.
Like why would they go, hey, by the way, she's so and so's like kid? It was like,
Yeah.
the fuck you mean?
Yeah. Granddaughter.
Right.
His granddaughter.
when Paul did the "What's up, cuz?" I was like, "Yo," I had to make more kick in while I listen to this.
Well,
let's just start making sense. Facts.
well, we got Dune 2 and Snyder still trying to make this thing Rebel Moon happen.
He's not making it. He's not trying to. It is happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's yeah. Hopefully it's better than the first
You'll
one.
watch it. You'll let us know.
Yep. Because we're not.
Anyway, we're here to talk about one of Netflix's great shows.
Oh my god, yeah.
Before that, question just for anyone, the home team. What have we been watching outside of this? Because I also want to stall for time with Val.
I'm watching Shogun.
I'm gonna start watching Shogun.
Good.
I watched Arc on Paramount. Not fucking bad.
Oh, that's the one based off the game, right?
Yeah, not fucking. I was like, at first I was like, I'm gonna watch it, but it's probably not gonna be that good. And then they were like, hey, we got David Tennant, Michelle Yeoh, and Gerard Butler, and I was like, you had me at that. Let's go.
I heard that too, Hugo. There's
that'd
a
be
lot
cool.
of rumors, and there's also Finn Jones sending out hints too that he might be recasted again as Iron Fist.
Oh my god. Well, he better
You
show
don't
up.
need
This
him.
time.
They better give us Jessica Henwick instead, please.
So
They got-
good stuff I've been watching.
Loris Tyrell better fucking show
Yeah.
up.
So good things I've been watching. I've been what was it? Delicious in the Dungeon's been pretty awesome. And they had another Netflix show, but also too on Crunchyroll I was watching Freeman.
Oh, everyone keeps telling me like to watch that. It's on my list, but I haven't checked that out yet.
It's pretty good. It's an interesting setup because again, they're using the trope of the elf, because of her long lifespan. So it's kind of like you're following her adventures after her time with the heroes party after taking out the Demon King. So she's like kind of like reliving some moments and everything, but it's just it's interesting because it's like in the anime, it's like 30 years after like the hero had died. You get this all from the first episode. So it's not really much of a spoiler, but it's like going through like you learn more about her power, how long she's been around, and it's been a pretty good show. I think episode 28 is the last episode for this season. And so yeah, I've just been watching that.
I've been doing obviously Soul Leveling, which we're gonna get into at some point later this month. I've been catching up on so I got how I got something reincarnated as slime.
That was a good one.
I held off on that for so long, and I regret that I did that because it's so good.
It is.
Another one is Mashle, Magic and Muscles. That shit is hilarious. So it's the one where like when you look at it, it looks like a Harry Potter parody, but think of it as like they're spoofing Harry Potter and all of its like stuff. Give it the fun and the humor and like the deadpan of One Punch Man. And then add like that everyone's like a magic user and he's just a guy who's just super fucking strong. It's great.
There it is. It's Frieren, Beyond Journey's End.
Yeah,
and
that's
then the other
on
one,
my list.
The other one I was watching is Tsukumichi Moonlight Fantasy, which is it's been pretty funny. And then I saw the first episode of Metallic Rouge, which is again it was giving me Cyberpunk Edge Runner vibes.
I watched the first few episodes. I've heard mixed things about it, but like I've enjoyed it so far. It's just one of those shows that I don't think I can like sit and watch through. Like,
no, it's one of those.
I can't binge it. You know what I mean? Like I have to watch like an episode or two and then put it down.
You know what it is? It gives me a lot of old school anime vibes.
Mhm.
with the way it's set up, the story pacing and all that, because a lot of old school anime was more sci-fi based. Where now, if you look at a lot of anime, a lot of it's currently fantasy dominated right now.
Yeah.
So it's like everything, but it's refreshing to have that. And again,
It
that's
gives
one
a
of the
it gives a
things.
lot of the old like 90s Toonami kind of vibes. Definitely like the Cowboy Bebops and what have you. And Tenchi Muyo a little bit. But have y'all been watching Ninja Kamui yet?
For
I
the
have
first
not.
2 episodes, it's another one I'm still watching right now.
So if you haven't watched it yet, I suggest you start watching it now because I think there's only gonna be 12 episodes and like episode 7 or 8 just dropped. So you actually be in a good spot. My only issue with that kind of show is like it's a half an hour, which I kind of want an hour for. And it's definitely one of those, oh, it's gonna be an action, kind of thing, but it actually has a lot of good story. Like it has uh the tragic love story, it has a lot of the great fighting elements, but like a lot of the backstabbing and like good surprises. Cheyenne's been kicking. Hold on. Me when the edibles kick in, if we sage demons out the house, we'll be saging ourselves.
I don't know.
Gintama.
Oh
that anime I
god, that
forgot.
anime is.
I've heard great things about Gintama. I have to like put it on the list at some point.
So one of my
I have
favorite
parries
scenes
or
from
everything.
Gintama is done with the toilet paper, and they have to sit there, and the other guy use like the sandpaper. Gintama is just
Man, I
it's a
wish I had a
parody of a
Bankai.
lot of animes.
Testing.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yo, we can
Can
hear
you
you.
guys hear me? Okay.
Mm.
Thank you.
Fucking anime.
Onimusha is an interesting watch.
So-
I haven't checked it
I
out.
heard.
So that was interesting. The Onimusha. I didn't watch it yet. I just was curious. I don't think it's about. It's not based on. It's Capcom, but it's not based off the game, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because when I saw that an Onimusha anime was coming out, I was like, "Oh shit, are we gonna get my boy Samanosuke is gonna get his own anime?" And then I saw that it wasn't. So I'm curious if it's different, if it still has the Oni, if it still like has all that stuff. Because man, that's a classic. That game was classic.
I'm also rewatching Psycho-Pass because I think there's a movie that just dropped or is going to drop, and I feel like I've only watched the first 2 seasons, so I'm like, I need to catch up because there's a 3rd season. There's a whole bunch of stuff. It's one of my favorite animes of all time. And of course, I'm still playing Fallout 3 because the show comes out in 10 days next Friday. I cannot fucking wait. Oh my god. I promise you that's gonna be my whole personality for like the next 2 months.
Well,
What if you get really disappointed by it?
Then that would be my whole personality for the next 2 months.
well, yeah. Well, I'm excited because what was it? Konosuba season 3 is coming.
Cool. Thanks, Shane.
Thank you, Cheyenne. Konosuba season 3, because Konosuba is just fucking hilarious. Ever since like Turk put me on it as well, I'm just like, I just can't stop laughing because again, it's another anime that puts the isekai trope on its ass. It's just fucking funny.
I don't even know
Also,
what that is.
really quick, I didn't know about this. Otherwise, I would have pre-ordered it. So I have to wait for it's available. The 1997 version of Berserk is now coming out or has come out on Blu-ray upscale to 1080p.
Oh,
apparently, it's a good version. So I eventually will have to pick that up and rewatch that incredible piece of content.
That's the saddest. That's the saddest ending ever
This
in
shit
an
is
anime.
rough, man.
Yeah, if you know,
Now
you
you
know.
never saw the 97 Berserk, right?
I've never watched Berserk.
It's
Eclipse is rough, man.
it's a great anime, but that last episode, it's rough. It's probably one of the roughest times of watching anime, and is that you get this horrible anime that's supposed to be a follow-up, but it's like, yeah.
Wait, what makes it rough?
I'm not even gonna
So-
tell you. I'm not gonna tell you. You should watch it. It's just fucked up, man.
Okay.
Nah, it's so good. It's so good.
The consensus is it's rough but
Yeah.
good.
It's
It's rough but
good.
good.
It's good.
Anime
It's so
anime back
good.
then hit different.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, we've missed a bunch of stuff that's happened like within the last few weeks. The Spider-Man within the Spider-Verse official short film came out, which was really good. Loved the hell out of that.
That's cool.
The House of the Dragon season 2 trailer dropped.
Question: I'm really confused about where this timeline is on for that.
For what?
Excuse
of
me,
the
the
Dragon?
Spider-Man trailer. No, the
Oh,
Spider-Man
Spider-Man?
trailer. Yeah,
That
the
I
short.
don't know. That I haven't confirmed
His
yet.
dad
I
is
wanted
still
to look.
alive.
I feel like it's more like a I need my brain to brain. Not alternate timeline, but like kind of just a
Thank you,
what
Shan.
would happen. Let's see. Yeah, we had a lot of stuff happening since I went on vacation. So we had, let's see. Obviously X-Men 97 dropped. The Penguin trailer dropped. Baki versus Kengan dropped. That trailer. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. This makes no sense to me. Baki is going to wash him, and if the fight even looks like it's going to be close, it's because they're trying to milk it for all it's worth. Because we all know, if you watch Baki is a demon because his father's a demon, and he almost washed his father. Well, actually, he did, but you gotta watch the. Baki's a demon. Like, let's be real. Then we got the Beastars final season, which I'm looking forward to. Beastars is so good.
It's been very amazing.
Suicide Squad Isekai trailer.
So Beastars Vow is on Netflix. Don't let it fool you because the characters are all animals. It's a very big drama anime, and it's like has a big following.
It almost feels like a Shakespearean, like tragic, storytelling kind of vibe. It's really good. What else we have? The Grim Variations.
We're talking about the Isekai for Justice for Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. We got the latest trailer for that. Plot armor. Baki is built different. Listen. We're not gonna do that.
Cheyenne just did comments.
Baki is not plot armor. Baki is a demonic, like, just problem child.
Yo, everybody from that universe is a walking muscle. That's what.
Everybody's there, and then you just have Baki going like, "Oh, my dad is a fucking like weapon of mass destruction who like has every like major like country on alert every time he comes to the country."
Dude is like muscle on top of muscle with muscle.
I'm choosing violence while high on edibles. You know what? Respect. Val's face says, "Tell me more and sign me up for the newsletter."
TLDR.
We have the Grim Variations, which looks pretty good. I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. We have My Hero season 7, long awaited, coming out May 4th. We have the new season for Blue Exorcist, which we already have a new season for, but I'm guessing they're just dropping the 3rd season finally, the official 3rd season.
Yep.
Is this going to be for a movie? The Overlord? Is that the movie?
That's a movie. Overlord's going to be a movie, which I'm very excited about because I've been loving the Overlord series. Again, it's just you got to give it up for the main character being a whole Lich King, and just it's like he's taken this role of just being a villain, and I'm just like, oh man, this is just awesome. But yet, everyone in that universe sucks anyway, so it's like you want Bone Daddy to kill everybody. It's just fucking awesome.
And then The only other thing that we haven't touched is the tragic loss of one of the main characters for Gen V, which
Yeah.
I was like so fucking my heart broke on that one.
Yeah, it was sad. 27.
I was talking about him with one of my friends when I was in the UK. Like we were walking and talking about like shows and whatnot, and we were talking about like Misfits and like Sabrina, and I was like, oh yeah, the guy. And then I was like, he's on Gen V, and she was like, they were like, what's that? And I was like, that's right, you don't watch. Okay, never mind. And we just breezed past. But like the fact that I brought him up that day, and they were just like, I don't know what that is, but cool. I was like, oh man, so wild.
Yeah.
He was in Misfits.
We were talking
Oh,
about
he
like
was,
shows that we both like that we
Oh.
share interest in.
Yeah, I know him from
Oh.
Sabrina, and then he went to Gen V. He was
Yeah.
great. He was the best partist. He was one of the best things from Sabrina.
Mm.
Yeah, really enjoyed Sabrina.
Yeah,
Like
it was.
I didn't like the ending, but we enjoyed Sabrina.
It was a huge shock. I mean, it was just a loss of the acting world, and just
I
in
don't watch a
general.
lot of Netflix. I'm realizing.
There's a lot of good stuff on Netflix, Hulu. It's just like hidden gems, like Future Man.
I do
Future Man is pretty
Hulu,
good.
Disney Plus, Prime.
Modern
Netflix is
person
probably the
plus
last
Chuck
Well,
King.
while we talk about Netflix, it's already at 10 o'clock. So let's talk about the anime that's on
You've
Netflix.
been going on that hill.
Yes.
Let's do that. So Val
Listen.
tuned to Netflix to enjoy Blue Eye Samurai.
I did enjoy Blue Eye Samurai. I still haven't finished it yet though. This
Where are you up
weekend
to?
kind of didn't work out. I don't know. I had to look up the episode guide.
I watched it all of last Tuesday. Because we were supposed to do it on Tuesday, and I was like, oh fuck, let's just do my thing. I'm gonna watch it all on
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I flew out.
No, I know you flew out.
I
and
flew
that's why-
out.
that's why we
Yeah.
canceled.
So it's tough.
But yeah,
It's a very highly rated show, by the way. I'm looking at IMDb. One of the
Yeah.
episodes is 9.5.
five. Episode 5 is 9.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, episode 5 is legit.
Yeah.
Wow. They have a great cast. So, like, I didn't know that the voice actress for the main character is also the actress from Mr. and Mrs. Smith as the lead actor,
Yep.
alongside Donald Glover. I knew that what's his face. I just remembered his name. He's in Marvel. He plays
I think I'm halfway through.
Agent Jimmy Woo.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't
There's a
think
bunch
of
of people. Like you have George Takei, you have
Randall Park.
Randall
Yeah, Randall Park.
Brenda Song, Masi Okai, who who is if you
Shang
know
Tsung.
Heroes,
From Heroes. Mhm.
he played Hero.
the actor who plays Shang Tsung is in it.
Yep.
So they have
Ming-Na Wen is in it. Who else? You have like a very, very, very like stat cast.
Oh, Shang Tsung was Sword Father.
Mhm.
Okay.
Which I think is great. And then you know him by face. Kenneth Branagh is Branagh?
Kenneth Branagh, yeah. He's he's the main villain throughout the whole series.
But
Yeah,
you've
Irish guy.
seen him in a bunch of stuff. Like he is been in everything from like Dunkirk to Tenet to Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
What else? Macbeth, Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit. Like you've seen his face in a lot of stuff, but
let's talk about everything that everyone wants to talk about. That action and them fight scenes.
Dude, I mean, are we going episode by episode or like just in general?
Just do
general.
Overall.
I like so in the first few episodes, like I mean that happens from what I've seen so far, but I like that she can imagine her movements and predict her fights beforehand and like changes the different style that she's about to approach that fight with. You see her do that against what's it, Tigan? Tigan.
Shy, I did
Right?
get that. I did get a very
Mm.
Kill Bill-ish
Tigan, yeah.
sort of thing
Yeah.
with Mizu.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Especially when she fought the dojo and she's fighting all of the people. It did feel very much like she was fighting the Crazy 88.
Mhm.
To the teeth getting hit and then going into his eye, that was a good scene.
Yeah, this had a lot of old school anime vibes. It was ultra violent. Every fight scene, I feel like, because this is all 3D animated, was handled with care. So like the models have just such a fluid movement.
What
And
does
it
that mean,
just
3D animation?
it was 3D animated. So these are like just so pretty much this was not hand drawn. These are like 3D models. So what you have there is you have they have to create the 3D rig, which has the different bones to move like the different positions and everything. So the animation team who did this animation, especially with the fluid movements, I gotta give them a lot of credit because that's a lot of work to do that you have to um pretty much look at all the angles to make sure each thing looks
The
right.
embodiment of fuck around and find out.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
she was, and
Right.
she was just s- so her story, her viciousness. And especially when they went into her past, is just again, I'm losing my track of thought here, just because I'm just captivated with each. Because each scene was just like, even when you had the very last episode in the fight scenes there, when they start to bring in the different weaponry, and just like how you said, Val, her adaptation, like you see how she is adapted to each fight to win each fight. And it's just like it just makes
Mhm.
her more and more of this badass super warrior to like, oh fuck, like she's just on the list of like top fighters up there when it comes down to it.
Yeah, and I just like that she taught herself, right? Like she had that opportunity as the apprentice to kind of watch all the moves and learn from all those different schools over the
Mhm.
years. You know, so she wasn't stuck in one
Yeah.
way, and you know how she was able to beat everybody.
Listen, I
Right.
love that her sword had to be made from the meteor.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Definitely.
Did
Like,
you guys know that
be-
she was a girl early in?
yeah,
Mhm.
I get
I-
it from the
yeah.
previews.
Oh, I didn't know from the previews. I was getting it
Oh.
by the voice.
I just picked up that
Okay.
it was the case. I don't know what like threw me to it, but I was like, oh, okay.
I-
Yeah,
When
I
I
had
saw the
no
character
idea up
model,
until
it
they showed
gave-
it.
yeah, I got strong vibes from it. I got strong Mulan vibes from the character. Past was when she got married. It was interesting, the makeup, the running, and the writing. Like Kimono at the scene where she got the enemy to grab her weapon and then was stuck in the stone. Wall was a mood. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. I mean, I got like straight Mulan badass. That's what I
Yeah.
got when I first saw the model. I was just like, oh wow, like yeah, they're gonna play the whole thing where you think it's a guy, but it's a woman who's going around um
Mhm.
pretty much beating everybody's ass, especially
Fucking
when
people up.
Mhm.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I will say, I love the animation and I love the fight scenes, but it actually was an incredibly well done story.
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
the story for me is like it sells it, and then we get the the dessert of it being like a really well done anime that gives us all the like really fun action that we want to see. But honestly, you're looking at great villains, great like main hero. You're looking at like a dope backstory that ties into so many other different things, whether that be the sword that the assassin made, or the assassin had made, that she ends up like seeing later on. You know what I mean? Like those little details that they have playing into each other, where Tengen is one of the kids that like was picking on her as a kid.
Yep.
So like
Yeah.
all of those little details I loved so much. And then of
Mhm.
course we're getting like the crazy fight scenes, but especially like towards the later
It's like-
episodes, you're
it's
getting a lot of her backstory with her mother and like her husband. Like you're like, oh shit, she was married. Like she walked away from this life before, and then was like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna double down.
But it's also the character growth too. Like her I don't want to say subordinate. What was it? Her pupil. Guy was like, "I'm gonna be your pupil. You're gonna be my master." He had like no hands and everything. I mean,
Mm.
I thought that was an interesting character to write, especially as like
He's like, you're deformed, just like me.
and he was like, even his growth throughout the whole thing, like. Unfortunately, I have that old school anime trope where it's like, oh god, I'm expecting something horrible to happen to him because you see that in a lot of old school anime when they create a character like that. Well, it's like I kind of love the fact that there was just this whole growth for this character. I'm glad they didn't do that. And even with him, just he was like even speaking to Sword Father.
Yeah.
And all that.
I mean, his whole thing, like him jumping into the lake and getting the thing from the lake, and then learning how to fight, and like you're right. He did have a solid. He had a solid growth throughout the episodes. And I just thought of this, like you were telling about the story too. It was like a simple, well thought out revenge story, right? We had all the other auxiliary characters coming in, and everyone connected at the end. And it was, I thought there wasn't any loose ends aside from where Mizu was going for season 2, since we know we're getting season 2. And yeah, I thought like this was a solid. This is a real that was like I'm watching on my phone and I'm watching. I'm like, damn shit, I should have watched this on my TV. Like this shit was
This is legit.
this shit was really good.
Yeah, I mean, even with the princess, her story, like how her arc started and where it ended at too, it was like, oh, okay. I mean, I know what you didn't finish the story, Val. Right?
Something happened to Ringo. I was gonna eat the remotes.
Yeah. And I was like, don't kill Ringo. We want Ringo. No,
we always have the character. We always have the character. We're like, we must protect them at all costs. Ringo was
Will, you gotta watch it. Will.
Yeah, bro. It's really good. It's really good. No, where the princess's story ended at, again, you would think that it was gonna go that direction when her and what's his face met. But no, she was all about power. She really was. But her version of power was very different from how a lot of the men held power in this country. Where it was like, like you're a woman, you have to shut up, you have to. It's like she was learning to really much take control as a strong female character in this story, and it's just like, no, it's like, what is it what I want to do? And she finally chose, this is what I'm doing, because even up to that point, her father was still kind of choosing for her. And she was like, fuck this shit. I'm going to take control. I'm taking matters into my own hands. And I was like, wow, that's like the princess's story was pretty awesome. And again, the villain, you just wanted to hate him. You hated him.
Well, what I did like was that there was more than one villain.
Yeah.
Not only do you have like him being like, oh, there's more of us. There was like 3 possibilities of, or 3 or 4 of them.
Well, she's already killed one of them.
She's right. But I'm saying, like, you have multiple, like, like big bads, but you also have the people who are working with him that you're like, I fucking hate this dude. The dude
like Randall Park's character.
Yeah, Randall Park's character.
Yeah, when he showed up and he was like, "Oh, come have tea with me and we're gonna be all fine and dandy," I was like, "This is a fucking setup." I like you just hear thinking like, "Yo, this is a setup. This is a setup." Oh man, it was such a great like.
It was It's a satisfactory moment when you see the villains get their comeuppance.
Yeah.
Get their what?
Get their comeuppance.
Comeuppance. They're just desserts. They're due.
When they finally get the payback done. I know. I'm sounding old, right? It's that.
I've never heard comeuppance.
Oh, I mean, he's a couple months away from saying youngsters, you know.
Comeuppance.
It's what is it, youngsters and the whippersnappers?
Listen, I'm just missing my Malta and my chanclas.
Or the youths.
You have You have the chanclas. We've seen them.
The used.
The youths.
I promise you, we've seen them. And the maltas, like it comes hand in hand. Like don't act like you don't got these shits. I've seen them. I can confirm them.
Anyway, back to the anime. Her leaving Tegan was a cool plot twist.
Kemi was interesting. Her leaving Tegan was
Yeah.
a cool plot twist.
And I said,
when she realized that the prince wasn't an asshole and it was his mom.
yeah.
You know, that was like the big takeaway for her too. And then she got rid of the other geishas. But realizing it was the mom that was doing all that nonsense and the reason why he had such a bad rap as a husband, when in reality he, you know, he has that speech impediment, and she gave him that comfort, you know, being comfortable to speak and have that connection with her.
Yeah, she got the
black
mom's
teeth.
approved. Yeah,
With the black teeth. Yes.
I think that was more of the mother's doing too.
What's
That I was like, yo,
it's a legit thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like
Why?
it's a sign of like not it's like beauty / nobility, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember.
They would blacken their teeth on purpose.
Mhm.
Yeah, the custom of
There's a
blackening
lot of-
one's
there's a
teeth
lot of
with
crazy
solution
custom.
of iron fillings and vinegar.
Yeah, there was a lot of crazy traditions that a lot of cultures had done during those dynasties and everything. Like there was one that they used to wrap the woman's feet,
Mhm.
and because they were like small feet was the thing. The smaller the foot, the more beautiful you were, and it was like they will wrap it so much until it was like a nub. It's like crazy what they did. There's her whole story though. It's like I said,
Yeah.
it's like
Black
Hey.
teeth was a sign of symbol of marital status.
yeah. It was like if you have black teeth today,
Took
you're
a
like, oh,
minor
you got
East
black-
Asian study, so I can ramble about it for a while. All right.
Go ahead. Hit the facts
You
in
should
there.
come on.
Check it off. Fact checked.
Foot binding is what Seabass is talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you, Shaq.
That I'm familiar with.
But no, even like again, even with Tengen's story, Tengen was like a warrior still trying to find his way.
He was giving me some Zuko energy.
Yeah, definitely that.
He needs to get his ass beat and humbled, and then be like, "Oh, I fucked up. Like, I got to do better."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even with getting united with
He was like, it didn't count. I'm like, motherfucker, it counted.
Right.
That shit counted, my guy. What are you talking about?
You lost, guy.
They called you in and said, hey, some randos coming in and kicking everyone's ass. You need to come do something.
Now, when she took the weights off,
Oh,
That
pull
shit
that
was
pull the Rock Lee.
I was not expecting that. I was like, oh, okay.
okay, give me a minute. I'm like, oh shit, this like you done fucked up now.
between that and then like taking her weapon and like adding the staff like thing pieces,
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah, he
Biggest
was.
human, I want to be normal man while Ito was on fire was nice. He was so done with that. Yeah.
But then Akemi was like, go fuck off. He'll do that somewhere else. I ain't doing that.
It's like that's not me. That's not my life, bro.
I was about you when you were Dishonored. Then I got into this royal family.
Is
Yo,
real
the-
family, you said?
Huh?
Royal family.
No,
Said
she was
real
about
family?
no
or
royal. Because remember, she was like, trying to make him feel better.
Mm-hmm.
She was-
Damn,
she
they
was-
had
She did. By writing
they
it.
had Mark DeCastos in
she was helping him his way to feel better, helping him his way to honor.
Listen,
Yeah.
I
Release
love
the tension.
Nope.
most fucked up thing in it was the geisha who was giving her shit on the road, and then she finally opened up and they went to go tell to her father, and her dad was like, "Oh, who else did you tell? You already knew what was gonna happen." You're like, "Oh,
Yo, he Jamie Lannistered her ass. Yo, he pushed through her out that fucking window.
I was like, "Oh god, you already see it." Because if you see Game of Thrones, you know everybody like that's not a good sign. That
The
person
minute
about
he
to
was like,
fly.
who else have you told? Oh, that's it. This fucking snake. This fucking snake in the
Mhm.
grass.
Yeah, that was
Cut it right
asshole.
now.
That
Mhm.
was asshole. Took her out. But
He's like, I
no,
told you
it
to trust
was
me.
yo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's
Also, the
that
shit
was just fucked up.
with Mizu's husband was fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Like, dude was a fucking douche. Let's see.
What we got? The vacancy was done as noble families due to the order and labor required for the process, as well as feeling among young women that there were aging or Haguro was done only by married
Married women.
women, unmarried women who were older than 18, sex workers and geisha.
Hmm.
So if you were over 18, you were past your prime back then.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like the geisha too, who she met.
The headmistress.
Oh no, yeah, the headmistress, and then the whole thing about taking out the mob, the mob guy.
Yeah.
The other. Yo, that fight
That
scene was
was
crazy
again all episode 5.
too. Yo,
Episode 5.
Shit, yeah.
It was all episode 5. Because
Jeez.
because like I was the one thing I knew about this on Reddit was like everyone kept talking about episode 5 is where this show it just fucking goes off, and it was really interesting to like see what they met because I thought it was gonna be like, and it was a big action sequence obviously, but it was such a big story moment for Mizu as well.
Mhm.
Right, like it was really a turning point for her because you feel like this whole time she's going down this path of revenge, Swordfather telling her like, you know, all the things about revenge, all the things you hear about it, and then you finally see this side of her where it was like she was good, she looked happy, and then this, you know, insecure asshole decided to be like, oh no, I don't want this,
Yep.
you know, and turns her in. Then he gets killed.
Which was so wild. Like it was such a like bitch move. And then like he tried to like be like, oh no, my bad, that's not third. And like then you see him
After he shanked her mom.
right, and then his mom, like the mom and like him are going at it, and she's like, nah, fuck that. Both of y'all could go fuck yourselves.
Give my drugs.
Dude, that whole oh my god.
Tyrone Biggums.
I felt so bad for Mizu, and then I was like, "Goofy!" Like as soon as I saw how like she left things, I was like, "Good for you." Yeah, fuck them both. like, oh, like
Just threw that knife into his fucking face,
bro. When I tell you, I was like, "This man's being a little bitch." If a woman wanted to throw me like that, throw me, Mizu. Go ahead. Shit.
Yep. She felt comfortable, and then he was like, "Oh wait,
Bro.
no, I don't like this."
My ass was getting beat by a girl, bro. She full on like face first tackled you with her. Yeah, listen, sign me up for that. That's my wife. Bet. Call it a day.
yeah, Mizu.
It was no bueno. But yeah, like interspersed between that, like that story, and then she's like having, I guess, that flashback of that life because she's essentially almost dying or eventually trying to get out of it.
He tried the baby come back.
Yeah, he had it when the horse was there the first time, and then he ran off. He only came back because he saw her kill everybody.
Like it was one of those things where like he almost had a chance. Like she would have been like, okay, fine. And then he fucked up, and it was like, dog. Like,
yeah, because at first she didn't know it was him.
Mm.
Right? She had that sense of like, oh, it's not him. It couldn't be him. It was probably my opium, you know, high mom, but it wasn't him. And then he's over there in the hill and runs away. And she's like, this motherfucker.
Hey, oh, you a bitch. Bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, the way she took out all them gangsters though, in the geisha house and then the fight, I'm just like, wow, there are just very few
also
memorable scenes that like that.
Just before that, can we talk about like how heartbreaking it was for her to be like, listen, you're gonna go there and you're gonna like tell her like it's okay, it's me, or whatever the case is, and like give her a symbol. And I was like, you're just gonna off your girl? I was like, yeah, I would rather her like me like let her like free essentially
Yeah.
than her being his like control and power. I was like, damn, that's so heartbreaking.
Yeah, and then she did the whole thing of
Because
leave
also
no.
up until this point, she's never done like a mercy killing like that before.
She's never really killed anyone innocent, right? So she was
Right.
like, let no one see you. And so they do that scene where she jumps down, and the little boy sees her, and she lets them go. And it reminded me of, I thought of Berserk, of when Guts has to go into the castle to essentially do something for Griffith, because Griffith is an asshole. To kill this guy.
I know nothing about Berserk other than
Really?
Griffith is an asshole. Is one of the,
Griffith is an asshole.
This is an
Well,
asshole.
there's this scene. They're in the kingdom, and Griffith tells him, "Yo, this guy, he keeps talking shit about me as I'm trying to be on the come up. Guts, I need you to be an assassin and kill him." So Guts is like, "You're my boy. Sure, I'll do it." And so he goes and kills this man because Guts doesn't care. But then he turns around and the guy's son is there. He's like 7 years old or something. And then you see him run the sword through this child because he was told leave no survivors.
Was it one of those things like in Kill Bill where like she killed her mother and then sees the kid and goes, "Listen, you're gonna come after me when you're."
It was
No.
literally like he turns around, sees that there's a person there. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't recall if he recognized
He
the
ran him
little
like
boy,
a shish kebab.
but he ran him through with the sword.
with that big ass fucking Buster sword that he had.
No. This is in the Golden Age, so it was a
Okay.
long sword, but it wasn't the Dragon Slayer yet. So it was the long.
Okay.
It wasn't. It was the long. It was like a long, thin sword. It
What's
wasn't
up,
like
Steady?
yeah. Asshole is an understatement.
Historical Bride versus Crazy. Yep.
Indeed.
Gifford
Yeah,
gave
Gifford
Guts
gave
some
Guts-
extra trauma. God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
He gave him some trauma with cheeks that always clap. That's it.
Yep. You can always bring it back to Berserk.
Oh,
But you
man.
were saying, Sylvester, like the whole scene of
No, I would say
like-
like, it's so there's very few through history that that you have memorable scenes of big fight scenes like that. Like there was Azumi where she took on a whole village. There was Bruce Lee where he took on the whole dojo. This is just one of those scenes but animated where it's just like she's taking on a whole other
organization.
mafia.
Yeah.
And she's just and so it's like it's one of those scenes that just stick there as just awesome fight scene, and again to be animated, 3D animated on top of that, with how fluid it was. It's just like again, it's one of those scenes that can stick to the test of time in terms of great animated fight scenes. And the reason I keep saying that is because when you look at a lot of 3D animations, you look at Pixar, which has been the pinnacle of 3D animation, but then you look at Berserk, which failed. Law Griffith's the worst betrayal of anime history, and the second is Aizen from Bleach. Shit is critical. Aizen.
Shit is critical.
you look at, like,
Damn. I'm
you look
gonna.
at, like,
You gotta watch it. I don't know this Aizen from Bleach, but
Aizen from Bleach is a crazy one, but I want to say arguably it's not the craziest because I want to put Bradley as one of the bigger like betrayals.
Griffiths is still top.
I felt like Bradley wasn't like a betrayal. It was like shit's getting you're like no cards are on the table.
Well, yeah, it's more. I feel like it's more betrayal
I love Bradley, though. Oh my
for
God,
Mustang for Mustang
King Bradley's the shit.
because like for
King
Ed
Bradley was built
Ed doesn't give a fuck for I think for Roy he was like the fuck you mean like wait what like I think for Roy it was a bigger betrayal. Yeah King Bradley.
Yeah, but
Full Metal Alchemist.
But Berserk, no, Griffith hands down, he's like number one a lot of the times on the list of betrayals.
It's hands down because out of it's 27 episodes, right? 27 or whatever for that first season, or for the 3 movies, for either 2.5 movies or for I don't know 24, 25.
It was like 25, 26 somewhere.
25, 26 of those episodes. Guts fully believes that Griffith is his boy. and that the Band of the Hawk is his fucking family. And then Griffith just decides not to let that be.
Damn.
Now, granted, Griffith also put himself in that situation by fucking a princess, which he wasn't supposed to do. He wasn't supposed to do that. It was no. But still, what he does, it's fucking.
It's
Like-
hard because
Yeah.
I remember when I saw that anime for the first time, and I'm gonna let Tone take on that one too. But when I first saw that anime, I was like, "Oh, when's the next one come out?" I'm like, "This can't be the last episode. This is fucked up."
It just
Wait,
ends on the eclipse.
All of Berserk is 27 episodes?
Yes, all of Berserk from 1997 is just the Golden Age. The 3 movies that came out before that god awful animated series, it's just the Golden Age. That's it. It's just the Golden Age. Now, granted, it made sense that the anime in 1997 only did the Golden Age because Berserk at the time was only out for a couple years. Right? Yes, it's only you
Okay.
only get the first episode of the 1997 anime is the only time you see Guts as the Black Swordsman. That's it. Then it's a flashback to when he's a kid, and you're watching it, and you're like, when does this stop being a flashback? It never does.
Talk about trails.
Yes, Griffith threw it all away without hesitation. Then commits unthinkable atrocities.
God damn.
Yes,
Yes, it's just,
yes.
oh
Dude,
my God.
there's a reason why I love this manga and that anime for a reason, but like it fucks you up, dude. I watched this shit as a teenager. I'm like, what am I watching? What the fuck happens?
Okay.
It's so depressing when it ends.
I-
You're like,
I
let's
get-
go to the
I-
next episode.
get-
There's no episode for you.
Okay. So do I watch the anime or just straight up just do the manga instead?
Nah, it's up to you. I mean, look, the 1997 anime is really solid. The only difference is like the only thing they take away a couple things because it just didn't work. So like the Skull Knight and all that other stuff.
Mm.
You know, if you want the Skull Knight, you can watch the 3 movies.
Mm.
The 3 movies that came out. I don't like it's a pretty good adaptation of the Golden Age. It's shrunken down to about 3 hours or 4 hours. It's like it hits all the points. But if you want to watch the 27 episodes, do it, man. It's got a banging soundtrack. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me what you want.
Berserk
Yes,
is
it
really
is.
about
It is.
emotional
If
damage.
you really want that emotional damage, you watch the 26 episodes, but it's like it's such a gem in anime, but at the same time, it's like emotional damage when you're
Yeah.
trying to get it.
like
but
the
it's so good.
movies violence wise are more violent. Like they show more like guts and gore from people getting killed and whatnot, where like it's a typical 90s anime where it's like whenever someone gets killed it's like blood, like you know like fucking Kill Bill, blood everywhere, you know, like that type of shit.
The blood splatter.
Yeah, but it's still good.
Oh man, that must. Yeah, I was gonna say Akami. No, but this definitely gives them an example of why I should have been supervised more as a kid. I think Berserk is an example of why I was supervised as a kid. Like,
I mean, if you watch Ninja Scroll as well as a kid too,
oh,
right?
yeah, definitely watched Ninja Scroll as a kid.
Uh,
Ninja Scroll, Wicked City.
yes, you're right. You're right, Will. Although I didn't know, even though I didn't know about manga for a long time, so I sat with that memory up until I was able to get manga, and then I was like, you know what? Let me read Berserk.
Yeah, let's say
I was like, holy shit, this is worse.
it gets worse. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like anime for the 90s was just different. And again, this anime, Blue Eyed Samurai gives a lot of that 90s vibe too. It's just fucking epic in terms of story. And it's a nice difference too in terms of a lot of the anime we've been getting, because a lot of stuff has been currently right now. So it's
that last part again because you cut off.
a lot of it's been fantasy based in isekai. A lot of those have been the big anime that's been dominated right now, or they've been shonen. So this has been something that's just a nice difference. It's
this
nice.
This almost gives the same vibe as Afro Samurai. it's the same, like, you
Yeah.
want revenge. It's set in a certain timepiece. Like, you're very focused on a singular character, but you get a lot of the side characters as well. I don't think we've had a lot of that in recent years.
This
like you
is
said,
what I
yeah.
wanted Yasuke to be, because Yasuke, when that came out, that was the one about the first Black
Yes.
Samurai.
Yes, it is.
Yep, it is. Because Yasuke was something
All
for
bangers.
Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust. Yes, Blood. Oh God, Blood has also too a lot of crazy adaptations for it too. But no, because Yasuke came out on Netflix. A lot of people were hoping because
Oh, right. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I
So,
remember.
Oh, the
being-
first Black Samurai. Yeah, that didn't do well, right?
We were
Oh, it
we were
didn't.
so disappointed in that.
this is what I wanted Yasuke to be. And
Yasuke and what was that other one that fucking there was like
that one that one was what's it called? It that one borrowed from so many different animes. Like, it felt like it was Cowboy Bebop trying to be Mecha, and it didn't have a great feel.
yeah, there was another, it was like I want to be Trigun and this, and it just wasn't good. And I was just like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah,
It
well,
brought-
Vampire Hunter D, man, is just Vampire Hunter D is so good.
It should have been super
Well, you saw
fast.
the Vampire Hunter Ds, right?
I did not.
Huh?
No.
No.
What?
Wait, what?
Oh my god.
Everyone's like surprised when I'm like, I have such a wealth of knowledge for anime, but I miss certain parts. So around that time, I want to say I was watching like Ronin Warriors, Yu Yu Hakusho, Tenchi Muyo, Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing. Like those were my big ones. And
well, D
then
was a- D's a
Cowboy
movie.
Bebop.
D was a movie. So like remember like back then in the 90s,
Oh, I
in the-
thought I don't know why I
in the
thought that was a
90s,
series.
it's a book
Yeah, no.
series.
Yeah.
It's a
Book
book
series.
series. It's several books. Several.
Okay.
But they did 2 movies.
Just say the Toonami lineup. Yeah, essentially that. But
Yeah.
while it was a Toonami lineup, there was stuff that like people watched where they were like, "Yo, I didn't watch like Trigun. I didn't watch the original run of." So everyone's like, "You didn't watch Trigun?" I'm like, "No, because I watched like other shows because I literally got into anime because of my stepdad. My stepdad was
Well-
watching like Dragon Ball, showed me, and then I ended up like watching Yu Yu Hakusho and Tenchi Muyo with my cousins and stuff, and then just kind of just spiraled from there.
Well, a lot of it was that so if it wasn't on Toonami, you had to get it on DVD or VHS if you want to show your age. But there was like you had to get it from Manga Entertainment, you had to get it from Viz, Suncoast, which was pretty much with a lot of anime. So a
Listen,
lot of people were starting around.
I'm so glad I bought the Fatal Fury. I have the 3 movies. Yes, sir. Never been more proud.
So there was that. There was Armitage the Third. There was no one. Well, it came out on Toonami, which was Outlaw Star. But there's one episode that they never aired on Toonami that you had to get the DVDs, which is the one they went to. It was a sauna planet where it's like pretty much a hot spring planet, because that was the one episode in Outlaw Star that actually had a lot of nudity in it. So it never aired on Tsunami.
Oh, the Spa
Cheyenne,
Planet.
Yeah, I remember episode, yeah.
There is a poster on my wall that I got from Hutch. It was one of the first posters I bought from him. That's from Appleseed, one of my favorite movies.
I think I've seen Appleseed.
Project A. You should. If you've never watched Appleseed,
Guyver,
watch
Ninja Scroll.
Yeah.
I've seen I've seen
Eight
Guyver.
Man. Everybody.
seen
Are we
Guyver.
talking Guyver the anime or the live action?
No. Not the live action with the voice of Snake David Hayter. I'm talking about the anime. Guyver was also
Guyver was brutal.
and then I like Blue Seed. I don't know if you guys ever watched
Blue Seed, yeah.
Blue Seed was
good.
good. It was like that was also during that time like it was like sci-fi monster around that time. So Blue Seed, every time there was like these monsters, they would have the Blue Seed. They would turn into these monsters, and you had to destroy the Blue Seed to kill the monster. But Guyver,
There was Blue Submarine, and there was another one, Vangenflow. There was just so much anime that it's like back then. A lot of anime never got to finish their run, which sucked.
Oh yeah, I saw Appleseed with the robot. Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
That's Briarios.
Hmm?
That's his name was Briarios. That's why I named.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad bought Appleseed. She was a cop, right? That's what it was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Noonan.
Obviously, everybody knew Ghost in the Shell because Ghost in the Shell was a big thing for everybody. The other one, it's hard to find now. They made it into a movie. Was Battle Angel Alita. Then there was Angel Cop. Again, there was a lot of like violence. Jack was very violent. The original Hellboy. The damn, what the hell was it? They did a remake for it on Netflix.
Devil
Boy.
Boy, or Devil Man.
Devil
Devil
Man
Man.
Crybaby.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one. Yeah, Devil
that
Man.
was
Devil Man is. I mean, Devil Man from the '90s was also like unhinged.
brutal. But it's a lot of those shows.
Follow the wise words of Yusuke Urameshi. I don't care if you're a girl, a baby, or someone's grandma, you still get knocked out. These hands are ready for everyone. Absolutely.
So,
Oh man.
what did we learn today, everybody? Anime is great.
Anime is good.
We love it here.
Anime is good. I just always feel like an old curmudgeon when we talk about these old animes, saying like how good they were.
I mean,
they were so good.
They were really good, but I'm not mad at what we're getting lately, especially
No, I won't do
if we keep getting stuff like
That's true.
Blue Eye Samurai.
I won't be. I am not at that point in my life where I'm like, this was better and this shit now sucks, because I'm not there. It's just like when you think about the fondness of the '90s anime was just, man.
Listen, 90s anime walks so current anime can run right now, so people could enjoy it the way that we're enjoying it right now. No, they didn't.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. It's like the comparison. Like if you look at the original Gremlins, that was PG at the time. If it came out today, that ain't gonna be no PG movie.
We also don't get 20 episodes to do 5 seconds of a scene.
I don't know, man. Dragon Ball Z was a '90s anime, so Dragon Ball Z was always doing that
every time.
That shit still does it now. I can't.
Not as much. Not like we get them every once in a while, but like
I've tried to be a Dragon Ball fan.
Hard on.
I always loved the art style for Dragon Ball. I hated the extended, like what they did with that just was just drawn out.
I'm all about Cell Saga. That's my favorite. Cell Saga is my like favorite for Dragon Ball.
I think that was the best saga. I mean, after this, what did you have after the Cell Saga?
You get Boo. Boo, Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah.
Kid, you get Fat Boo, Majin Buu, Kid Buu. Spirit Bomb, the whole planet, please help me save the world. Like that's all after Cell. I hated fucking Frieza. I just hated fucking Frieza. I was over Frieza so much.
And then Frieza returned.
Yeah.
And got a gold form.
Of course he did. Fucking Frieza.
Yeah, I mean, we are at that time.
Yes.
I think we're discussing Halo next week, unfortunately.
Are we? I didn't think that was gonna make the cut.
I don't know.
We kind of pushed it back.
I have finished. I have watched it, so like I'm good on that.
I haven't even started it. But next week we actually have Invincible.
Oh, okay. Then we'll do Invincible. I'll watch those 4 episodes. That's better.
Is the last episode?
Yes, season finale is this week. Cool. So I just gotta watch the 4 episodes because I haven't watched them yet.
So next week is Halo.
Halo. Jesus Christ. Those fun shows that I need to watch on my own.
Invincible.
I can't have Bear walk in.
We will see you guys next week for Invincible. It's good to be back. It's been a long fucking couple weeks not being here.
Indeed.
But good to be back all the less. Yeah. Seabass.
Signs out.
Turning on the beautiful beam music in 3,
Peace out, everybody.
to
Have a good night.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Later, everybody.
You go.
Yes. Goku was unhinged.